Hello. So we are in the last episode, the hair, and I'm sorry I started without recording because I was quite excited because I got this out of the oven and I'm super happy. It cannot be seen right now. It will be better seen under daylight, but the skin is so human-like. I will post some pictures probably in the video. There are still no eyes, but well, what we have started doing here is laying out the hair. So we have our reference there, and in order to make hair, there is no shortcut really. Okay, you need to lay out the hair structure and then define it. And just for the record, some hair I have sculpted before, right? Another sample of a sculpture. Then here we have some more hair, another style, super short hair, and finally some more long hair. All right. So there is no shortcut to anything really in sculpture. The best approach, there is no super shortcut or trick that you can use to quickly lay out the hair. No, there isn't such a thing. So what I do is I try to block the hair volume in the head, and that's going to look like an old game from the early 2000 PlayStation 1, you know. It's going to look quite polygonal, and then we will start to define the hair flow, and like this. Sorry, see, I have started laying out some lines in there, and the hair is going to turn here behind the ear and go down, just like that. So what happens here? Because you have strands going this direction, then this direction, then this direction, then this direction. So the appropriate way to do it is start from the end of the path and then go back, 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 and you will have some direction to the hair. Okay? But now this is only going to serve the purpose of drafting how the hair is going to look like. If you want then to get a clean result like here, you need to go one step deeper and start working the strands one by one. And that's not each hair, it's strands of hair. Okay? But yeah, let's start slow and do not complicate the stuff too much. So as you can see, I'm using this clay, and this is not black. Let me show you the difference. Okay, this is like onyx black, and this is not the same. Why? Because I have mixed it with some of this royal blue in order to get a kind of Payne's gray, because nothing is pitch black in nature. Nothing really is pitch black. So you cannot use black if you want to achieve any kind of realism. And maybe you can use a wash, a black wash on top of it when it is cured in the oven, in order to darken the strands, whatever you want. But I don't suggest to start with pitch black, because that's not realistic. Okay, so let me cover the head. Let me establish the hairline. Okay, right now we have maybe too much forehead. we will amend it using the references and checking where are we and what needs to be done. So first of all, I'm going to cover the head in black or paints gray, and then move on from there. So see you in a moment. Okay, so here we are. All the head is covered in hair. We have more or less outlined where the hair starts, where the hair ends. And as I was saying, this is more or less, because we will continue working on that. As you can see, I cannot stop. Okay, so what we are going to do now, is using our reference, start to lay down the structure of the head. And I can see, as you can see now, it's like super sharp. It's the starting of the hair, but it has no volume at all. While in references, the hair has some volume. Over here it is more visible. Here it is not, but he's looking up slightly. But that's what we are going to do. We are going to start laying out volume for the hair. As you can see, that's exaggeration. But now what we need to do is to slowly make this chunk of clay be part, or let this chunk of clay be part of our head. Slowly integrate it and reevaluate where we are. That's it. We are going to get the hair in the correct volume, or kind of ballpark, the final volume of the hair. Okay, so just with those two volumes we are looking much better, right? This is looking more like a head. So let's continue doing the same with the top of the head. All right. Okay, so this is the one I like the most. That one, okay? That's the one that I want to achieve. And okay, so let's try to add the top of the head volume according to that. Now, let's do something funny here quickly. That's of course not going to be final, but I wanted to see how it looks. Moreover, what we are going to do is start using the body that we have. Yeah. Okay. Now let's clean up the face a bit. Using this oil we can clean up the possible black stains from the clay. Alright, so I spent quite some time trying to get the Superman head shape and proportions for the hair. This hair is just a placeholder, it is just holding the overall silhouette, it's not refined, the hair texture is not sculpted yet. This is just something that I needed to do in order to see where we are, right? And if we are achieving the purpose. As you can see, the head is looking fantastic. Also the eyebrows are a placeholder. They are solid now and they will have some sculpture, or maybe I paint them, don't know. But I needed the eyebrow information in order to check what's going on with the hair. Okay. So as you can see, it is like sculpting anything else, just trying to evaluate the shape, the profiles. So the head, starting from the jawline, it should be kind of a straight line that is going to close in the top, and that's what we are trying to achieve there. Also there is this line where you have some vertical space in here, then this line, then this line, then this line, then this, and down again, trying to achieve that correct placement of the toupee. The profile as well, with the head recurving in the back like this, doing this shape, and then going up, keeping proportion. That's what I have done so far. And now I wanted to quickly show you what is the approach for the hair detail, right? So maybe taking, oh sorry, let me move this body out of the way, and let's use this instead. Okay, here it is. So making sure we hold the work, and remember, since I have cured the skin, I can touch it, no issues. The only uncured part right now is the hair. What do we want to do here? I always do the same. As you can see, there are some vague lines like this, all along the hair, in order to give this it's yeah, the feeling that the hair is there, but it is not done. It is just guidelines in order to read the volumes. So how will I detail one of those sections? That's what I wanted to do with you guys. So I will start scribing lines in the direction of the hair, like this. Every now and then I will put a harder line, like that. Maybe another one there. Some variety, because those hard lines are going to help us gather the individual hairs into strands later on. So that's first thing we need to do, is to correctly put or lay down the hair lines and the hair direction. This hair directionality is going to be our reference moving forward, and that's what we need to make sure we are doing correctly. If we lay down the hair direction correctly, we will be fine later on. It's a matter of patience and working on hair strands. So again, try to avoid evenly spaced stuff, evenly sized stuff. Anything even is not going to be realistic. So try to avoid that. In here the hair is going to cover to come like this and down. In the side of the head we are going to have these lines, and those lines are going to slowly curve down as well. So that's what you need to do now. So just as a sample, because I cannot really show it to you and do it at the same time, let's do some kind of modeling of the hair and getting those strands going on, the strands I'm talking about. Using the silicone tip, I'm going to soften a bit what I consider could be the start of a strand, and we will pick it up individually and start working on it. This is the phase where we will make sure there are no strange overlaps caused by our more or less random lines, random directional lines. We just need to make sure everything is coherent and makes sense. But I hope that you can see how we are cleaning up the hair shape. So what I heard from pro painters is that they don't like the individual hairs to be sculpted. They prefer to have the strands, because then they can apply their painting techniques better and get a better result. They say that having individual hairs sculpted is not usually what they prefer to see. So that's the kind of result that we can achieve working on hair strands. Later on, what you are going to do, and this is going to be the end of this part of the video, what you can do is when you have established the strands, then you can go lightly and add some more fine detail to the strands. If you compare the hair when we started and the hair now, I think there is quite a change, right? So I will continue doing the same all across the head, and I will let you know when I'm done. If I found anything important to talk about, I will do it in a summary, and we will be done with the hair. So thank you.